Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Unicorns and Typewriters. My name is Skylar and I'm back today with another exciting booktube video. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about books that I have started reading this year. So I've been having a serious mood reader struggle this year. I've been having a hard time settling into a book that I really feel like reading. Due to that, it's been really hard for me to make TBRs or to do monthly reading wrap-ups because I find myself starting more books than I'm actually finishing. So I have finished reading a couple books this year, but it's definitely not as many as I thought I would. So anyway, I want to talk to you guys about the books that I have actually started reading this year so that you have something to look forward to if you're interested in hearing reviews or my thoughts about these books when I do finish them, and inevitably whichever other random books I pick up before I finish these. I have problems. So the book that I am most actively reading right now, because I finally just sort of decided to force myself to focus on it, is Any Way the Wind Blows by Rainbow Rowell. So I am really excited about this book. It is the last book in the Simon Snow series, and I really enjoyed these books after reading Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, which introduces the idea of these characters because the character in that book is writing a fan fiction about the characters in this book. These are super fun because in Fangirl, they're kind of supposed to be a Harry Potter fan fiction, and I think that's really funny. I knew people when I was in high school who used to write Harry Potter fan fictions. I never wrote fan fiction because I was the crazy 15-year-old who acted like I was 30 who just dove right into writing my own novel. But I think fan fictions are really fun and cool. What's cool about it is that you can tell that it's kind of based on Harry Potter fan fiction, but it also revolves around characters that are so incredibly different, and there's just such a fantastical quality to this. In some ways, you could say the main characters are based off of Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy, but they are really, really different. And the character Baz, who kind of is, in a sense, made in the image of Draco Malfoy, is also a vampire, so that definitely changes things up quite a bit. It's really fun. It's just humorous. I feel like a lot of people take this series way too seriously, and I really don't like that because I see a lot of people like, oh, this series sucks. It's weird. It's goofy. Well, that's the whole point, I feel like. And if you're missing that point, then of course you're not going to enjoy it. I feel like you just have to take these with a grain of salt and just read them just for pure enjoyment. And I've been doing that. So I'm only a little bit into this, but I've decided I'm going to really try to focus on it. I can't say it's my favorite series ever, but it's just lighthearted and fun, and I've enjoyed it so far. And I'm excited to see how things wrap up because right now I really can't imagine how this series is going to end. Another novel that I have started reading this year is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I haven't gotten very far in this one at all, but I have gotten a little bit into it. I really, really enjoyed the beginning. Really probably only the first chapter is what I've read, which is really sad. I really liked it, but I also can tell from what I read so far anyway, it seems like it's going to be a dense book, and my mind is in 50 different places right now, which is why I'm focusing on the Rainbow Rowell book because at least it's kind of lighthearted. I feel like I'll be able to get into it in little segments, whereas this one I feel like it's the type of book that you need to get really lost in because it's dense and full of details that are really important. Let me know down in the comments if that's right or if my perception is totally wrong and you think I should just go for it. But I'm kind of thinking that I might be waiting another month to really, really delve into this book because I'm currently in the middle of moving. I've been working on a certification, online classes, and I also have been doing work and freelance work and all kinds of crazy stuff right now. And it's just too much to really get my mind into a fantasy novel, which I think this is. I mean, I know that it's based on Romeo and Juliet and that it's a retelling of Romeo and Juliet based in Hong Kong. But yeah, it just seems like a really beautiful, lyrically detailed fantasy. And I feel like this is what I'm gonna be reading on the beach in the summer when I can just totally focus on this. Hopefully, if things go as planned as far as having a new job lined up for the fall. So we'll see. But yeah, I am really, really excited to read this, and yeah, I started it because I'm so excited, but also I feel like I can't read it right now. While I was sort of bopping around to different novels, having a hard time picking one that I really felt like reading, I started reading the poetry collection Shout by Laurie Halse Anderson, which is supposed to be kind of like a continuation or related to the book Speak. I read the book Speak when I was a teenager. I think it's an incredibly important book that deals with really serious and important topics surrounding sexual assault. And it's just such an important book. It's had such a huge place in YA fiction and where books have gone from there and how honest books have become. And so when I found this book, it's actually a signed copy that I found at a used book sale. I could not leave it. I had to pick it up. There's no way I could pass up on a signed book from Laurie Halse Anderson. And I am probably about a third of a way in, and I have been really enjoying it, but along the lines of Speak, it deals with really heavy, really dark topics. And with everything going on in my life, it's also been hard for me. I kind of been looking for more of an escape as far as a book goes for now, but it is definitely something I plan to continue reading, and I would like to finish it soon. So I'm thinking I'll just kind of read it here and there, which poetry books are absolutely great for. I really like to pick up a poetry book when I get stuck on novels because you can just read one poem at a time, and it just feels easy to get started and kind of push yourself along just one poem at a time instead of feeling like you're tackling an entire novel. So I definitely will be continuing to read this, but it got put on pause a little bit just because like I said, I'm looking for more of an escape right now than kind of being faced with crushing reality. But I do really enjoy her writing, and I'm excited to read this one. Another novel that I am in the middle of reading and have been since the end of last year, actually, which is pretty bad at this point, is Untamed by A.G. Howard. This book is kind of like an epilogue to the Splintered series, which I read this past year and really enjoyed. It's a fun, dark twist on the Alice in Wonderland series. I actually did a review of the main 3 books in that series. If you want to check it out, I can link it down below in the description. And so I really enjoyed the series. It definitely has some things that I found problematic or annoying, but overall I really liked the approach and just getting to see this very dark, creepy Wonderland come to life. If you're like me and you're a big fan of Tim Burton and you've really enjoyed Tim Burton's version of Alice in Wonderland, the live action movies, then I think you would really enjoy this series as well. Oh, I was calling it an epilogue before, but it's actually a companion novel. That's what it's called, because it gives us some stories from before the original novels take place, the main novels of the series, and it also gives us some stories for after. So it does give us an epilogue. And I really was in it for the epilogue. The stories that take place before actually focus on the main character's mother, and I didn't mind those. It was fun getting to see her and her relationship with Morpheus, who is another character that's really big in the series. But I was really more interested to see more interaction between Alyssa, the main character from the series, and Morpheus. I don't want to spoil anything, but I knew that there was something between them in the epilogue, and I really wanted to read that. And I'm finally to that part. I'm actually halfway through the novel, and I believe the rest is about that. I've liked what I've read so far. I definitely got a little bit bored during the section about her mom. And I feel bad because I still enjoyed it. It's still nice to revisit a writer's style when you really enjoyed a series. It's just like, it's almost like, it's just like comforting, like pulling on a blanket of words. It's like these words that I got so used to over the course of 3 books, their writing style. It's really comforting and nice, but it felt a little draggy at points. So I'm really excited for the second half of this, and I don't know why I haven't read it. To be honest, I had it in a bag because I had taken it out with me, and I sort of forgot about it for a little while. And then I was like, oh yeah, I haven't finished that yet. And I like dug it out of a tote bag that I had it in. So I have been revisiting this and kind of trying to read it. Like I take it with me if I have like doctor's appointments or things like that. It goes with me and I read it like in the office while I wait. but I need to start just reading it in my free time too, because I really want to get through this since I've been reading it for like months at this point. But yeah, overall, I'm excited to read the rest of this as well. Recently, while I was also just floundering, not feeling in the mood to read anything, I picked up this graphic novel that came in an Owl Crate box a while back. So on occasion, Owl Crate boxes, they'll have like the main novel that comes in the box, and then they'll put in like an extra paperback book. Sometimes it's classics, sometimes it's just like a random novel. I think that's only happened to me like once. And this time it is a graphic novel. I can't remember what box this came in. For some reason, I want to say it might have come in the box with Eliza and her monsters, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And I just never picked it up. It's called Witchy. It's by Ariel Slamet Rise, and I actually am really liking it. I got about a third of the way into it. I was dog sitting and I just wanted to bring it along with me, just have something really easy to read while I hung out with the dogs that I was watching. And it definitely did the job. And then I just haven't picked it up since in the last couple weeks because I've been really, really busy with some job applications. So I'm just like going insane right now. I'm actually really enjoying it. And I don't know if there's any sequels or if this became a series. Let me know down in the comments if you know. I'll definitely have to look it up once I finish reading it. But if you happen to know about this, let me know anything you know down in the comments. I'd love to hear more because I think it is awesome so far. It's really fun. It's about a girl who lives in a world where the length of your hair relates to how much magic you have, and to have long hair is good because it means you're powerful, but it also can mean that you're too powerful, and if you're too powerful, then they'll like have witch burnings to get rid of them because they think they're dangerous. It's an interesting concept. Yeah, I'm just excited to see where it goes. I highly recommend it so far. I'm enjoying it a lot. And last but definitely not least is A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. I have been in the middle of reading this book for such a long time. I definitely started reading it last year and I got sidetracked, and I told myself I'd have it done by the beginning of this year, and I have not. I just have not had the mental space to revisit this. I think these characters just mean so much to me that I want to give it the complete and full attention that it deserves. And the last time I was reading it, I felt myself like rereading pages because I just couldn't focus, because yet again, it is a fantasy book. It is, I would say it falls into high fantasy. I found the first two books to be extremely approachable, but for some reason, this book is reading more like a high fantasy to me, whereas the other ones read more like just fantasy. So I feel like there's a lot more details that I'm trying to understand at the beginning of this book especially. I don't know if anyone else feels that way. Let me know down in the comments. Maybe it's just a little like hump that I have to get over, and once I'm done that, I'll be able to like fly through the rest. But I also feel like I'm gonna end up saving this one for the summer because I just want to be able to fully focus on it and give it the attention it deserves, because I love these characters and I love this series so much. So anyway, I hope that you all enjoyed watching this video. I have just been wanting to do more book related content for a while, and I've just been struggling. It's been a real mood reader struggle this year. So I thought I would at least just tell you guys the books that I have started, since I've started so many. And hopefully I will finish some soon, and then I can do more book reviews, and hopefully I can get back into doing like TBRs and monthly reading wrap-ups. So anyway, I hope that you all will like this video if you enjoyed watching. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. Let me know down in the comments if you are a mood reader like me and understand the struggle. I would appreciate to not feel alone. And I will be back with another new video soon. Have a good rest of your week, everyone. Bye.